What's up? What's happening, folks? My name is Jomei, and this is Jomei's To Go Place, where I serve you a free game and then send you on your way. We don't really have a special for today. The special is just living life and loving life.
That's it.
This is my co-host right here, Benson, of the Beanie Bar. Many of you know Benson. Like I said, we don't have no we don't have no topic or whatever, but we just want to come to y'all and just like kick the shit.
Yeah, talk shit. Well, we can start off by saying this motherfucking sad season. Can I curse on it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're gonna start off by saying this motherfucking sad season is still sad season. And my birthday was last weekend, and last weekend don't owe me shit.
This nigga's 47.
47. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about how black don't crack. We can start with that. Because listen, I'm 47 years young.
Young.
And I'm grateful to see another trip around the sun. And I pray I'll see 40 plus more of them motherfuckers.
I mean, it's going to be
40 and 47 is 86.
Oh, look at you. All right.
But yeah, I'm going to get on up there, though, bro. I'm going to get up there.
This is going to be Grandpa Benson.
Shit. Great. I ain't going nowhere.
You already about to be Grandpa Benson.
Yeah. I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere. I'm blessed and highly favored. I'm grateful to be here. I give all honor to God.
I don't know where this going. Cause
and Christ who strengthened me. But for real, yeah.
I mean, for real, black don't crack. In 2 months, I'll be 40, and I don't feel it. Sometimes, there's some little ailments and shit. You get older, and all type of shit start breaking down, start developing acid reflux. Every time you get up,
you sound like you need to hit this shit.
The damn bone was popping, like yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. You don't look it, but you feel it. That's what it is.
That's for sure. I'm grateful for that because there are some people around here that are my age that look like they've got about 20 years on me, and I'm like, what is happening?
Yeah, man, I don't know, but they call it that soft life. That's here on out. That's all I got to give. All I'm living from here on out is the soft life. So you bringing me stress, irritation, aggravation, frustration. I don't do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to tolerate it, nor do I have patience for it. Here on out, soft life, baby. Just sit. Organic energy only. Please and thank you.
So, as I'm like nearing my 40s, I've been thinking about that. Like, a lot of the things that I've dealt with in my 30s, or just even in this past year, it's like I no longer have the energy for it. Mm-hmm. Like, some things I had to like step back from because it's not bringing me no joy. Like, I go to therapy and, for like the past year, I've been working on what makes me happy. What does that look like? And it's like weird as hell for me to try to figure out. That's too little. Try to figure out what it is that makes me happy for real. I really don't know. Like, I'm gonna be like perfectly honest. I don't know what makes me happy. The things that used to make me happy, I don't feel the same about. And I don't know if I'm maturing or if I've passed that time or whatever. But it's not like I don't experience happiness. But it's like, some people, they can, go traveling or, they like to do different things or whatever, and it brings them absolute joy. Like, I have things that I like, but it's nothing that brings me absolute happiness. Like, not even shopping no more. Like, I'll be happy in the moment. Yeah. I might put something on and be like, cool. And then after that, I'm just like, eh.
Well, I think everything, I mean, as far as when it comes to happiness, of course, that starts from within. We all know that. You got a happy shit in the inside. So I think for me, when I think about happiness and shit like that, I think anything that brings me joy outside of myself is just an addition to how I already feel, right? So for me, the things, and I mean, I get what you're saying, like the things that used to bring you joy no longer bring you joy. I mean, that's because we all evolve, we all change, we all grow, we all, I mean, we use a kid for an example. Right. You know what I'm saying? They tricycle not gonna bring them the same joy that they bicycle gonna bring them when they learn how to ride without the training wheels. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, I just think that just has to do with the evolution of life. You know what I'm saying? The things that used to bring you joy will no longer bring you joy. But then, if you're saying to me that you don't know what brings you joy right now, or you don't have anything that does, then that's some internal work. And I feel like once you get the internal work done, then you'll start to get a new outlook on life. Yeah. Things that'll bring it, you know what I'm saying, that'll spark that like that flame.
I mean, I know what it is. Like when I moved back home to Atlanta, I felt like I uprooted myself from what I had made home.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, going back home to Atlanta, I was expecting a certain thing. And when I didn't,
no mistake.
Yeah.
You gotta stop going through, y'all listen to me. Y'all gotta stop going through life with expectations. Because expectations is the one thing that's gonna always let you down. Because you go into it with a mindset of this how it's gonna be, that's how it's gonna be, that's how it's gonna be. And then when it's not that way, then you let down. Where if you go into it with an open mind and just receive what comes with that in that moment with zero expectations, then you haven't set a bar to be let down. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah.
But sometimes, like, I know in my case, like, I moved back home because, you know, I was tired of being far from family. My mom was, you know, going through some illnesses or whatever like that. And I've been here for, at that time, like 10 years. My family, oh, when are you going to move back home? Or we miss you. And, you know, you see them going through different events and experiencing different things. And, you know, you feel some type of way because you're not there experiencing it in the moment. And me, you know, also thinking back that when my grandmother passed, how that affected me not being there when the whole family was there except for me. It's just like, okay, well, I don't want to have to go through this again and, you know, have to endure things by myself. So, you know, why not? Let me move back home, whatever, and, you know, receive all that love and receive all that, you know, attention that I get when I visit back home. But once I got there, ain't nobody come visit me. Yeah. Ain't nobody. It was just like a whole nother thing. Like, you know, they have their day-to-day every life.
Yeah.
And what they had established without me, so me being there was like no different than them. And I was expecting it to be different. Because, you know, you get that, well, when you coming back home or I miss you, when you moving back, I'm expecting by those comments.
Look at that, y'all heard them? Expect.
Yeah, I'm not gonna like, you know,
expectations, bro.
I'm saying, but when somebody's constantly saying, especially for 10 years, it's just like, okay, well, yeah, like I'm gonna receive this when I get home, and when I didn't, and you know, it was just different things that wasn't working for me, and I was like, well, shit, why did I do this? Like, I was doing fine in Texas. I had everything going for me. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I moved there, then I moved back, like, what, a month and a half afterwards? And, you know, ever since then, I've been trying to, like, catch back up or chase that feeling that I had before, and I just can't get it.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like, you know, what to do. Like, I've tried to, you know, I've been in this place, for a year, over a year now, and I still don't feel at home. It's my home. I pay rent here. But it doesn't feel like how before I left. And I think I had uprooted myself to...
Yeah, and I think you holding on to that, you know what I'm saying? Feeling like it was a mistake or whatever. But, well, you know, we all... Shit happen how it should, when it should. You know what I'm saying? You can't hold on to that, because I feel like if you hold on to that, then that's going to cause you to continue to be stagnant in your feelings and your emotions. You see what I'm saying? So if you go ahead and just try to move forward from that and realize, okay, that happened for whatever reason. It happened for her. I'm grateful that I was able to come back. So let me do the internal work to get back to where I was before I left the first time. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like at this point, it's just internal shit that just got to be worked. I think you good, you back, you good, you getting back into your routine. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of things happen for you coming back that I feel like probably wouldn't have happened for you if you would stay.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So you got to look at all of that like that in this situation.
I mean, I most definitely have been, blessed. Initially, I endured some things or whatever, and came back, lost my job, and I had to go through all that. But like right now, I'm in a stable place. I love the job that I have now.
Yeah, you do.
And
you really do.
And the opportunities that it's afforded me, just the connections and things like. I have aligned myself with what I always wanted to do. Mm-hmm. It's just there are certain little things that it do bother me that I wanted to put back in place. But like you said, I kind of got to get out of that mindset of trying to chase what was before. That's the thing.
Yeah. You got to leave that shit there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I ain't gonna even give you the analogy I was about to give you, but yeah, you just gotta let that shit go. Just let that shit go, bro. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? You don't go back. You don't go back. But you just don't go back.
We ain't spinning the block.
No, we're not. Shit, for what? No, you had your chance.
Yeah, we ain't spinning
the block. You back. Let that shit.
I'm blessed or whatever. I've had some different things or whatever. I do believe that everything happens for a reason, but sometimes we just don't want to, face it. We don't want to endure that pain and stuff like and that anguish that you feel when you're trying to learn that lesson. Mm-hmm. But I can say that a lot of different doors have opened up to me, and I think, just by going through those things, my outlook on things are different. Mm-hmm. My boundaries are different. How I allow people to treat me is different. What I will and won't put up with. All of that has changed and it's put me in a position where I'm in a place where I know exactly what I want.
Yeah.
And I know how to get it.
Yeah.
So I don't, fault the lesson. I'm always grateful for the lesson, but I think sometimes we just don't want to have to go through it to learn.
Gotta go through it though, bro. Give me all my trials and tribulations. Gotta take them. Because it ain't gonna do nothing to make you stronger, wiser, and smarter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? So, take that shit with a grain of salt and keep it moving. You get stuck in your, see, when you get stuck in your head like that, you're just taking yourself through, you know what I'm saying? You just gotta get stuck out of your head.
It's like being on the merry-go-round.
Yeah, sabotage.
When you gonna jump off?
Yeah, jump off. Rolling over.
Is you gonna get busy trying to?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Get me off this bitch. I ain't sitting going around, trying to figure some shit out. I'm gonna take today for what it is because it ain't promised. You know what I'm saying?
That's for sure.
Yeah, I can't. No, I'm not dwelling. I'm not harboring. I'm not holding on. Like trauma, broken relationships, friendships, all that shit. I'm not holding on to that shit. Like soft life, y'all. Soft life. Good. Once I start letting shit go, and like, of course, we human, right? We gonna process feelings and go through things and go through the hurt and go through the pain, right? But after you get past that part, you gotta ask yourself, okay, am I gonna keep harboring on this shit? I done heal through it, I done move through it, am I gonna just time? You gotta know when to cut the cord.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And once you cut that cord,
I know for me, I like to give my all. Like, I don't want to leave nothing on the table. I don't want to say, oh, well, I didn't do this. I want to exhaust everything to the very last bit. Mm-hmm. Because once that very last bit is given, then I know I'm going to shut down and I'm going to shut off. Yeah. And sometimes like I'll deal with things and the people around me like, nigga, what is you doing? Like, why you continue to put yourself through this or whatever? Because I know I haven't given my all yet, especially when it comes to like relationships and stuff like that, friendships.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like baby mamas, baby daddies in relationships. People and they keep going back and keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going, keep dealing with them, keep dealing with them. Until one day you realize, okay, done.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Done.
You're just done, and you finally reach that point, and that's okay.
And
that's okay. But I think at some point it becomes unhealthy.
Yeah.
When it's gone. I mean, I can't say the time frame for somebody, but
right.
I remember when the first time I fell in love. Like it took me like 9 years to get over that bitch. It took me like 10 years to get over this chick, bro. Like I was a hoe. Like I was doing all kind of shit. I was in the streets just trying to get over this bitch for 10 years, and then I met my wife. But I feel that those 10 years that it took me, you know what I'm saying, that shit wasn't healthy. It shouldn't have took me that long. You know what I'm saying? But what it was each woman that I was dating and talking to and trying to holler at, I was looking for that girl in each woman.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of like truly letting her go. Oh. And so when I finally truly let her go and I met my wife, then I was like, okay, god damn. Good.
And sometimes it be like that.
Yeah.
I know me, I won't entertain somebody else if I know I'm got somebody else in my brain.
Bro, I wasn't sure to just not entertain no bitches for 10 years. Hell no, fuck that shit.
Well, I
what it say? I ain't here for a long time. I'm just here for a good time. That's what it was for me, shawty. I'm not no.
I ain't never had, never had to get up nobody for that long. But
that
sometimes
first heartbreak,
will.
that first heartbreak ain't no joke.
Sometimes I will, go back or whatever. But what I've noticed about myself, if I'm saying I'm done, if I say that out of my mouth, I know I'm not done. It's when I don't say nothing at all. And like people like, oh, have you talked to such and such? I ain't talked to them about some money. What? Yeah, like it's literally one of those.
Silent killer.
Yeah, it's literally one like I don't too much, We good though, but I ain't about to reinvest in that or whatever. And that's not just relationships with me; that's friendships as well. Like
friendships are relationships. That's what. Can we normalize dating our friends?
This is my book.
Friendships are relationships.
They require the same.
They require the same equal weight. You know what I'm saying? And we just gotta normalize that shit because I love my friends. And I'll pick up the phone and tell my friends, you know what? I just called to tell you I love you, I miss you, and I want to hear your voice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They'll be like, you gay as hell. Yeah, I'm gay. But I just want to let you know. You know what I'm saying? Because tomorrow is not.
It's not.
And you don't know that one phone call, that friend might have needed that.
Could save it, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so I'm going to always be that friend to do that. Because you never know, man.
I wish more people had that mentality. I think society today it makes it seem like it's so easy to replace people that people don't take friendships as seriously as they take relationships.
People don't even fucking take
themselves.
Relationships. What?
Oh, that part.
I mean, I don't know where I'm finna. My age finna come out. Cause I don't know where these little kids these days and social media got these little brains just so fucked up. You know what I'm saying? And just how we grew up, it just wasn't like how it is now.
But
like you was ride or die with your homies.
Yeah.
Back in the day. Yeah. I don't care.
Listen,
you was ride or die.
I rode with my other best friend, Ro. Probably like an hour and a half to 2 hours just to whoop somebody's ass.
Ain't asking no questions. I'm ready.
Bro said we going today. Yeah, that's all right.
You know what I'm
jump in the car. It was no questions or when I was in high school, And if Ro knew I had a problem with somebody, Ro was trying to fight the person before I was. And I'm like, hold on, buddy. I ain't even that mad.
But not even that shit. Not even that. I remember growing up, like one of my friends, like her mom, like I was, single parent, only, at home by myself. Like my friend mom let me come over, cook dinner, eat dinner with the family and everything. Like you can't do that shit no more these days.
No, you can't.
Like we would be if we went at home, my mom knew we was up the street around the corner at the neighbor house or whatever the case may be.
Back then,
what
they say, it takes a village to raise a child, and we had villages.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no matter where you grew up, I don't care if you grew up in the hood, you grew up middle class, whatever. Like, you had a village that was looking out for you. Nowadays, everybody's trying to turn the other cheek. They're not trying to get involved with things that's going on. Like, they can see things that are being neglectful or harmful. And they're like, oh, no, that ain't my business. Like, what? Like,
that's sad, though, because back in the day, we get our ass whooped by the neighbor.
Everybody.
The neighbor downstairs, upstairs, around the corner.
Like, I literally grew up where in my elementary school, the principal could still whoop us.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, you better call
my
granny.
Yeah, you had to get the paddle. You that board, the big, thick board, the long board.
The shit that they use for heat now.
Yours have holes. Did y'all have holes?
They ain't never hit me. I would make them call my granddaddy. If you feel like I need to be whooped, call Mr. Cleve. He'll get them switches when I get home, and I'm running.
I got that.
Nah, I ain't let no school let the stranger hit me. And we had like white folk. Hell no.
No. Our principal was black.
I ain't white.
Our principal was straight black. Mr. Wallace.
He was never hitting me.
Yeah, I had my ass.
Nah, ain't nobody in the schoolhouse. You call my granddaddy if you need something.
I mean, but back in the day, you could do that.
Yeah.
This day and age, y'all do some shit like that. They gonna come goddamn.
Like we have parents, the kids be acting up. We have parents that's come to the school or whatever, and they be wanting to whoop the kids at the school. You can't do that, ma'am. They will call the police on you.
Right.
Back in the day, no, they be like, go on in this bathroom, go handle your business.
Right.
Everything is so. I don't know. I just feel like people get away with more now. They get away with more.
And that's crazy that they get away with more and you can see more. You know what I'm saying? Right. From social media and shit like that.
And that's what's ruining people.
We expose way too much.
And I think that's why we're a different generation. These kids are exposed to not even kids, because I'm saying like 20-some-year-olds. Like, the 90s babies or whatever like that. Like, they are exposed too much or whatever because we done went through all the motions of having to write notes, having, to be on the phone and your mama pick up the phone.
Tell you to get off the phone.
We done been through
pages,
two-way
pages,
code. Like, everything was not accessible to us. We literally
we
grew up
was
with
creative with that shit. We was creative passing notes like we passed kites and jams.
Right.
Passing notes at school.
Don't read it now. I mean, everything is so accessible and for them to get, but they're using this technology in different ways. Like, we didn't have to worry about bullies that's in the next state over or even the next school, because we ain't know nobody. We might see some people at a football game or a basketball game, but we didn't know them like that.
And I think now when you go back to it like that, I think that's why we all grew up as a village like that. Because you can only communicate with your vicinity that was in your community, right? So you had like Redan, you heard all the Redan people. I was at Stone Mountain, you had all the Stone Mountain people, you know what I'm saying? So it's like that was your community. Right. So, but now shit.
And even if you didn't know somebody within the community, if something popped off or whatever, everybody had your back.
Yeah.
People don't have nobody. Yeah. They don't do that shit no more. They don't have people's back. They don't, if something's going on, they're not trying to stop it or help. They just want to record the shit or whatever and then post it. I think that's the weirdest thing to me, to record somebody in their ass
being hurt. Yeah. And I think that's... I can't even barely watch this shit when people post that shit.
The whole incident in Mexico.
I can't watch it.
That type of shit. Like, how? I mean, I know now that, we're getting all the information of the why and the backstory of it or whatever, but as you as a person that's supposed to be somebody's friend, no matter what falling out done happened or whatever, there's nothing in me that's gonna make me record somebody getting brutally beat like that. I don't understand like people these days and their mentality.
Back in the day, we didn't have to worry about if we going somewhere with somebody, if we was gonna make it home.
Yeah, we did. Hell, we didn't have to worry about that just day to day life. You get up, as long as you was home by them street lights came on,
you was good to go.
Didn't nobody know where you were.
Nobody fucking with you.
It's just, I don't know, we're in a different world, and it's sad to say that I don't feel like it's gonna get better no time soon.
Oh hell no!
And sometimes people be like, it's the start of the revelation.
I was just about to say, you know, when we was growing up, I was thinking how I was growing up, and your grandmother be like, "The world about to end, it's about to end."
It was
I have just come to the realization that I feel like not even every decade, but what you say, how you think the world has changed drastically from 90 to 2000, from the 90s to the 2000s.
I want to say every 30 years.
Yeah, okay, I would say. And I feel like because it changes so drastically within that 30 years, it just makes you feel like the world finna goddamn.
Yeah,
because
if
shit,
you
you
look
feel
at
like, bro, like...
You look at the 60s to the 90s, and you see all the drastic change.
Mm-hmm.
But then you start to... What I've noticed, the same things that we learned in the history books is repeating itself now, just in a different way.
Hell yeah.
Like, it's like, I would have never have thought that the shit we read about, civil rights and, how the police was sticking the dog.
Don't they say history repeats
itself? I mean, it does, but you never you learned that shit. You wasn't thinking that. No. You would think that you was gonna be an adult going through the same exact thing. You didn't think that you was gonna be protesting the same exact things. Ain't nothing different but the time. Yeah. And it sometimes it blows my mind that damn, I'm literally a part of history. Like I knew that was, but the same type of history that I learned that I saw other videos or whatever. And the only change is the way we look,
bro. Like we living in the era of the Jetsons and Back to the Future. And shit. Like we living that shit right now, bro.
All the things that we learned. I mean, damn near flying cars. That's the last little bit that we got to figure it out. And I think we
television is reality. Hell, The Simpsons, hands down. Let you know. I'm telling you, whoever write the systems,
but they got
code. They got code.
Right
now the world. Whoever write the Simpsons got the fucking code.
What is it?
Got the cheat code.
Crony?
I don't know.
I think it's got cheat code. I don't think they go down. Because we need to know, but I'm serious. Like The Simpsons is still on TV.
Yeah, and still predicting shit. Still predicting shit.
I've never understood that though. Like literally every single thing from politics, from weather, from goddamn sports, like.
I think he got the cheat code. I think he got the cheat code.
How? Like. If you believe like there's aliens on Earth walking this Earth, there are other world type. This nigga is it.
Yeah.
They planted this nigga here just to give us a glimpse, and ain't nobody caught on. Ain't nobody saying.
Caught on. Ain't nobody saying shit.
Well, where are y'all? What's the next episode to watch? Okay. Because I need to figure out what I need to do.
Shit, live your best life.
I'm going to have to Google Simpsons 2023 and see what pops up to see if I need to watch that episode.
That shit ain't going to be on there. We just got to keep up with this shit.
That's so crazy, though. Like, literally everything.
Yeah.
like never fails. As soon as something happens, like, oh, this happened in the Simpsons, and it tells you right there.
Season, what other show you know been on this long?
Nothing. Not enough.
No cap. No. Name one show that's been on outside of soap operas.
I was about to say that's the only thing I can think of.
You no cap.
The only thing that went in my mind was the Dynasty or damn Ansel World.
All my children and shit. Days of our lives. All that shit still going on.
Hell yeah. Old as fuck. Them niggas got cheat codes. Yeah, they still alive, playing the same damn part.
All them goddamn characters gotta be new.
Man, say.
But I remember my great grandmama used to sit down in the living room watching that little bitty ass black and white TV.
We were talking about that.
Talking back to the goddamn TV, talking motherfucker.
My grandma watches. She watches the same soap opera.
Sit right now.
Yeah, and my aunt, she records it and she come home and she watches the same show. They was watching when they was like 20s.
I'm telling you, I was a kid. I was like, shit, 8, 9.
I was actually had this same conversation with my coworkers this morning. We was talking about old shows, and I was like, yeah, I grew up watching PBS shows like
PBS, CBS.
Who was on CBS?
CBS.
I don't
Who's
know.
on?
We watch PBS. You watch Mr. Rogers. You watch
Sesame Street.
Did you ever watch Captain Kangaroo?
Mm-hmm.
I think Captain Kangaroo only came on in Georgia because I asked a lot of people have they ever. But I asked a lot of people have they ever watched. They like, what is that like?
I watched Captain Kangaroo. I watched Inspector Gadget.
Yeah.
Wildcats.
I remember.
Thundercats.
Thundercats. Oh.
Pink Panther.
I remember Pink Panther.
Tom and Jerry.
Yes. Why didn't they have a Tom?
They did. But I watched that shit.
Thankfully.
It's
the same damn thing every show.
Watch that
Them
shit.
chasing each other.
Mm-hmm. Everything. The Jetsons. We said the Jetsons.
I watched Muppet
Babies. Are you going back to kid shit?
That was all in the same thing. You said Sesame Street the first time?
Yeah, but I had
Zoobly Zoo. You never watched Zoobly Zoo? Mm-hmm. They was like, the Broadway show Cats. The people was like that. They was dressed up. There was like a fox. There was a rabbit. Ben Vereen was the narrator person.
Oh, man.
Man, bro, you older than me. How you know?
I don't know that shit. That shit probably came after me.
But you name all the other shit that I watched. Zoobly Zoo.
But I named the shit of my era.
Zoobly Zoo.
Oh, okay.
We gotta put that up.
Yeah, you have to post that.
I know some other people out there done say Zoobly Zoo.
Yeah, come in.
Then we was watching.
Send me a link so I can watch that shit.
Did you stay at your grandma's house and she started making you watch Matlock?
That's why all I listen to. And I'm telling you, my grandmother is the reason why I listen to Murder Podcast.
Perry Mason.
She the reason why I watch all serial killer documentaries. My wife told me if I didn't know better, you was a serial killer.
You've been watching since you were 4.
I've been watching this shit goddamn my whole life. I love that shit.
Trying to figure out murder, especially Murder She Wrote. What is it, Dansbury or some shit?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, what is it like? Little House on the Prairie.
Little House on the Prairie, but I got one for you. Damn, I can't think of it. It was in black and white. Oh, the white dude.
Perry Mason.
That's it.
It was the lawyer.
Yes.
Yeah, Perry Mason. Perry Mason. They always come. I used to watch all the kids shows, and they would go off and then start the old.
But you know the crazy thing about it, I don't even watch TV like that. I don't even watch TV no more like that.
It's my escape.
I watch YouTube.
I don't do it.
Yeah,
that's
I watch YouTube. Yeah,
I
don't watch TV.
Very weird. You was watching other people's lives. I mean, I guess it's TV, but you watching actual real people lives.
Yeah, I watch YouTube.
I people. I was like,
I follow their lives like soap operas.
Yeah.
I follow their lives like it's the goddamn soap opera. It's very interesting.
I see.
I enjoy it
shit faithfully. And I was like,
but I'm not watching television. I watch like, some trending Netflix shit. You know what I'm saying? I just finished watching Kindred. You watch
I started that. I started that last night, and I'm confused. I read the book, and I don't know what's going on right now. You watch the whole thing?
Have you ever? Yeah, but have you ever like start watching the show and you're like, what the fuck is this shit? Mm-hmm. But then it gets to the point where you're so invested that you just gotta finish it.
There is a show on Netflix with I think it has to do with some kind of Marvel show or something, and I literally like dumbed my way through the whole thing, and every episode.
I think you was watching it that day that I came over here,
and you was like, "Why you keep?" I said, "I'm invested."
Yeah. I know you talking about. I know you.
I can't tell you what the hell's going on.
But no, I knew what the fuck was going on with Kendrick. But I just at that point I felt like it was just, and then when it ended, it's not even done. So I went through.
Well, it's a book. How many episodes?
I went through 8 episodes.
Oh no.
In 2 days.
Oh no.
And there's no way it's over the way the last episode ended. I was waiting for the next one to come on. But they're and it's not Netflix, it's Hulu.
Yeah, it's Hulu.
And so Hulu, they shows come on once a week.
Yeah.
But all of these came out on the 13th, all at one time.
Okay.
So I'm hoping the new episode will come on next week.
Don't count.
I hope so.
If it's 8, then it's probably 8.
There's no way season 2 gonna start how season 1 ended. That shit didn't end right.
You better hope it's a season 2 because they be axing black people shit.
Okay, well give me the book. You got the book?
I didn't know. I read it on the ebook.
Oh, okay.
You don't read no ebooks, do you?
I'll listen to it.
I can probably find it on audio.
Yeah, I need to listen to that book.
Yeah, starting off, I didn't know what the hell was happening. I was like, I don't think I remember this, but
that shit crazy. I'm just trying to figure out how she keep getting back and forth from over there. I don't wanna spoil it.
Yeah, I just first. Don't be spill this shit.
Oh man, yo.
Alright, man. So let's talk about your shit.
My shit. Pop your shit.
Let's talk about the Beanie Bar. I know most people that's watching this, they want to know.
What they want to know? They
you a fucking celebrity, right?
No. Regular ass nigga.
No, you're not. You far from regular.
I am not no celebrity. I do not claim that status.
You the godfather of gay Dallas.
No. No, I will not take that title.
Godfather of gay Dallas.
No.
Everybody know you're in Dallas.
I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I'm just a friendly ass nigga. I'm just cool, like I'm social, but I'm not social.
I was about to say,
I like people, but I don't.
I was about to say you the most
social, introverted, extrovert.
Extroverted, introvert. I know.
Yeah, that.
It's like you turn that shit on and off.
And then when I turn it on, it's a sad Jimmy. So when I turn it on, up, I turn it all the way up.
Yes.
And once when I'm at the top,
yeah, blue.
Done.
Like before your birthday, I said you ain't gonna want people after this shit. You're gonna be like, where you at?
Young people in. That's why I took off the whole month.
Where
I took
are
off
you?
the whole goddamn month. I don't go back to work. I took off work. My last day of work, what was it? Thursday. I took off work.
Yeah, last Thursday.
The 8th. I don't go back to work until December 27th.
That's you.
I have
got 3 months.
I have to recharge, regroup, and get my life back. And I need that many days.
3 weeks.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Let's see how you do with that. Because there's going to be somebody's party, somebody's Christmas event.
Yeah, I already got somewhere to go on Saturday.
Somebody's something that they
I already got something to do on Saturday, y'all. I'm telling you, any of my friends listening to this, if y'all want to book anything with me, y'all better off calling my wife. Because I will double, triple,
try to get out of that shit.
Quadruple. Boy, I be having so much shit planned in one day. I had this Saturday. Okay, for instance, this Saturday coming up. Me and Kelly was talking. She was saying, baby, I said, baby, I gotta go over to Jordan's house on Saturday because I gotta help paint his garage. And she was like, well, you know, we got the 3D, the 4D sonogram at noon, and then we have a friend's party at 6. When are you gonna be able to go to Jordan's house? And I'm like, God damn, what we doing Sunday?
You probably doing something Sunday too.
So, yeah. I said all that to say what? Exactly.
I mean, because it's not going to change nothing. You're going to still get signed up to do things. You're going to still have the people. But
when I need that much needed time, I will take it.
I was about to say, it's one thing about this guy. If they not feeling it, you will not know this nigga's alive.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know what you're doing. Oh, I'm just taking me some me time. No, I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good.
I be having. Let me see what I can. I dropped my phone. Let me see right now. I be having goddamn. Let's see. Right now, I got 41 unread texts. Yesterday, I had 90. My bad. I love y'all though. I just. Bro, and then I be, oh my God, my birthday, I saw all them blue dots. You know how you see all them blue dots? Boy, it took my anxiety up so bad. I gave the phone to Kelly. I said, man, it's too many blue dots. Oh, I'm grateful though. My people showed up for me.
They did.
Showed up and showed out.
I swear that whole club was nothing but people that you knew.
My family showed up and showed out.
I mean, but I think that's what you should strive for. You always want people to show up for you, not just talk about it, but be about it.
Yeah,
and
and that's why I try to be. I try to be my most authentic self, right? Even on social media, and shockingly, a lot of people that I've met or that I'm cool with, I done met off of social media.
Yeah.
And I, you know what I'm saying? And they're always just like, you the same person off of social media than you are on social media. And I'm like, well, am I supposed to be something different?
I mean, most people are.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how to be nobody but myself and show up as my most authentic self. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because if I don't, who gonna do it? Who gonna show up for me if I don't? You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes it's hard for people to be themselves or show up as themselves because a lot of people don't know who they are.
Mm-hmm.
And when you don't know who you are and when you're not sure of self, then you do have that social media presence and real life presence. And sometimes that could be a little tricky because people, like you just said, expectations. I think most people expect something different.
Whatever they see on social media to be. I mean, but that's a real expectation though. Because I'm going to expect you to be what you're presenting to me on social media. That's a real expectation. But when you come off of social media something totally different, you know what I'm saying? You've created this false reality for me online.
But isn't it like kind of what we used to? Like, look at all the reality shows and stuff.
Bro, I ain't used to that shit because let me tell you, when you show up as your most authentic self, you're going to attract people that are their most authentic self. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So, nah. No. And when you are in tune with yourself, you can tell bullshit energy. You see what I'm saying? It's a difference.
Can feel it.
Yes, absolutely.
I know for me, that's a really big thing for me. Like, sometimes I don't even have a reason why I don't fuck with nobody except for that energy. Yeah. And it's like, it may be cool for you, but now me and myself say no.
Kelly the same way. And sometimes she's, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I've had to, because I want to see the good in everybody, right? I'm a friendly ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? But my wife, she's more like, you know what I'm saying? Let me see first. And I can appreciate,
And I think they pick up on different things that, like, we don't pick up. Because my mom, she's a Pisces, too, and she be on that shit. And she be like, I told you.
Yeah, your
I
mama
told you
say
that
your
way."
mama
And I be
get
like,
that
"Well,
same.
what the fuck you see?" I got confused.
They do. It was one time, Kelly, it was like, but here lately, you know, the people that I've been, you know, coming in contact with and association with, Kelly been cool with, but I know this one time, Kelly was like, baby, and I ain't listen. I got us in some sticky shit. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I can appreciate her being able to discern.
But I think I'm more like you in that way. Like, I always try to see the good in people as well.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it's kind of hard to like see that, and even though you see like potential, and I think they see it for face value, because sometimes that potential doesn't, you know, grow into fruition or whatever. So it's just like, okay, well, I know they can do this, but they not doing it, and they not trying to do it. You know, they not almost living up to your expectations with that potential. Like, we really look at it, that's what it is.
Y'all better listen to me what I'm trying to tell you, boy. You better listen to what I'm trying to tell you. Like, bro, get off of that. Get off of that. Yeah, you gotta get off there. How long we been going? Huh? 46 minutes. Woo! This conversation is like, yo. I had fun. I like this. I had fun.
I'm gonna edit this. How we gonna?
How you gonna end it?
Yeah.
Can you go back to some goddamn?
No, I'm just gonna. I can edit this part out.
I know, but we don't remember like. Okay, we'll just come back and be like, "I'm sorry, y'all. We had to." I ain't get my lips popping. You gonna put this shit in?
I sure am.
Sorry, y'all. We had to go take a water break. I ain't get my lips popping. All right, we're gonna record that properly.
No, we're gonna leave it right here. But yeah, man.
All right, y'all.
Yo, you ever had that one friend that you just love to death, and like you look up to them?
Look down, because I'm only 4'11", so I don't know how you looking up to anything that come to me.
And now we eye level. Like, yo, real talk. Like, I grew up an only child from my mom. I got an older brother on my dad's side or whatever, but he's estranged. I don't talk to him. I don't fuck with him like that or whatever. But I always wanted a sibling. My younger brother is 16 years younger than me, so I grew up by my damn self. When, you know, he was born, I was 16. That was damn near my child at that point. But yo, when I met Benson, like, I'm one of those people, like, when I meet people and I decide that you're my person, like, you are my person, real talk. And Benson is, we call each other unconfused. This is really my uncle, like, for sure. Like, the wisdom, the advice, you know, the safe place, all the things that you would want in an uncle, or, you know, anybody that you look up to, a mentor, those type of things. Benson is to me. And I feel like, you know, I'm that to them in different ways, but I so appreciate our friendship. I appreciate even like the ups and downs that we went through. You know, we had a sabbatical. I'm going to call it that. We had a sabbatical, but even that, because you learn from those experiences. You learn from, that heartache. On the past episode, that's what we was talking about. One of the things that, people should experience is heartbreak. And I was like, heartbreak can also come from friendships. And, when we entered into our sabbatical, I can tell you my heart was fucking destroyed. Like, I attach myself to people, and like I literally say, "Well, you're the one for me. You're my." That's me, and it's just like I always tell all my friends, "You're not really my friend if we never fell out." Every last one of my close friends, I have fell out with, and that's not to say that's a negative thing or whatever. Sometimes you go through like growing pains. You go through,
you gotta
different
go through
roads.
that. You can be friends. I'm sorry,
Oh, you good?
Because you can be friends with somebody and it be all good. It's all good when it's easy.
Right.
It's all good when it's all good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But to really stand the test of time of a friendship is, are we going to get past, or are we going to get through that first falling out?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Them
Yeah.
tough times. Because it's easy to be sport easy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's with anything, relationship, friendship, whatever. When it's good, it's good.
Right.
But are we gonna stand the test of time when it's bad? You know what I'm saying? And
if you can weather
that, to me, that's a true friendship.
We just,
because you learn a lot. You learn to communicate different. You know what I'm saying? It's a different level of respect. You know what I'm saying? And moving forward, I feel like as long as you communicate, you're good.
And I feel like that's what it boils down to. Any type of relationship is the communication piece. A lot of people, don't know how to communicate. They don't know how to confront conflict when it happens, and they also don't know how to like voice their opinions and their feelings about stuff. Sometimes people hold on to different things because
not
they
even
don't
voice your opinion, but accept the other person that's voicing theirs to realize, they have a right. I'm a firm believer in you have a right to feel how you feel.
Yeah, everybody's feelings is valid.
Everyone's feelings is valid. You have the right to go through what you're going through. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, it's valid. Everybody's feelings is valid. So
you just have to learn how to communicate and come to a even ground. And a lot of people don't want to compromise on things, and they kind of be a little bit selfish, and it's like, okay, well, you want this out of me, but you're not willing to give me what I need from you.
You just said the two things. People, me and Kevin been together 15 years. We done been through some shit. You know what I'm saying? We done stood the test of time. And two things people always ask us is, how y'all make it work? And you just said the two things Kelly always say: communication and compromise.
Yeah, that's what it takes.
Communication and compromise.
No matter what you do, no matter if it's a relationship, marriage, friendship, work, whatever, you have to have communication and be able to compromise to meet everybody's needs. Because if you just think that people just don't do things just as you said, and you don't give them that same, that's going to create more problems and more issues.
People fail to realize, and also in situations like that, they try to look at that as tit for tat.
Right.
But you just want to do it because you want to do it. If I don't do it, you're not going to know.
That's not
how that goes. You know what I'm saying?
That's not what that is.
And I feel like that comes with a level of maturity as well. Maturity in how many relationships you've been in, how many of you experienced conflict with. How do you resolve conflict?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like that has a lot to do with it. But when you start taking away from compromise, being from tit for tat, and you're actually saying, okay, I'm just trying to meet my partner, my friend, or whatever, in the middle, so we can communicate about our feelings and work through this together.
Yeah, you also got to want to do it.
And you got to want to do the work.
Don't do it just because you feel like I want you to do it. That's gonna bring resentment.
Yeah.
And
it's okay to say, you know what, babe, let me sit on it. You know what I'm saying? Let me think about it. And let me come back to it.
You got to
process. Yeah. And you have to give that person time to process.
And I know for me, that's hard for me. Because I'm one of those in the moment process. Like, I want to talk about things. I want to talk things out. And some people, they need longer time. And I've had to learn, like, okay, just because I'm ready to talk, they might not be ready to talk. But one of the key things that I try to do now is like, I know you're not ready. You need time to process. Can you give me a time?
Yeah.
Like, do you want to, revisit this the next day? Do you like?
That would go. You're not gonna.
No, it's not.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like at that point you're saying, okay, I need to tell you, okay, I'll be ready to talk about this Tuesday at 12:26 p.m.
No, it's not. It's not.
You know what I'm saying?
But you need time to process, and I don't want to be waiting forever.
Yeah,
so there has to be some type of
like within the week,
middle,
within the 3 days,
point,
or
right? Middle point or whatever. So everybody's needs again.
Yeah, and I don't think. To me, to be honest, any whenever you're dealing with conflict resolution, I feel like it shouldn't be cared. You shouldn't harbor that for days.
Right.
Like I feel like that is something that should be discussed within that day. Yeah.
I mean, that's not always the case. I've been in situations where
we're not. Me and Kelly not.
Conflict was there, and we never fucking talk about the shit no more.
No, me and Kelly not doing that. We're not.
Yeah.
We'll have a disagreement. I know one time we had a disagreement not too long ago. It was in the morning, right? And so we had this disagreement in the morning, and we kind of just left the house, right? And so within me driving to work, like I said in the beginning, soft life, y'all, soft life. Me driving to work, I was like, you know what? When I get to work, I text Kelly. I was like, babe, look, do you think that, you know what I'm saying? I just let her know. I think that we misunderstood each other. Do you think that we can have a conversation about it when we get home? She responded, yes. I said, I love you. I hope you have a good day. And I'll see you when we get home. And that was that. You know what I'm saying? Because I never, ever want something to happen where I don't care how mad we are with each other. Anything could happen to me or her on the way to work. Right. You see what I'm saying? So I'm going to let you know that even though we're in this space, I love you. You know what I'm saying? And I told her, I said, babe, I don't want to, and I said that in the text message. I was like, babe, I don't want to be in a bad space with you. You are my peace. You know what I'm saying? You're my place of peace. And so if we're not okay, I'm not okay. Right. So, just having that message, sending her that made me feel better. And I'm sure it probably made her feel better. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so we got home, we sat down. I had time to think about it all day. She had time to think about it all day. We had a discussion, and that was that. It was fine.
And that's how it should be, because sometimes, you'll get into it with somebody or whatever, and they'll give you the silent treatment.
I'm not doing that. Soft life. I'm letting you know.
And it's like, okay,
you choose to ghost me.
You say stay ghosted?
Stay ghosted. Soft life, baby. I'm grown over here. Let's talk about it. Shit. And you know what? It took me a long time. Therapy has helped me come a very, very, very long way, because therapy has helped me come very, 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 very long way on time. Therapy has helped me come a very long way. And the reason why I say that is because I could never, ever, 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 ever have those hard conversations. Kelly used to get on me all the time, baby, we need to have them hard conversations. And I would just kind of just sweep shit under the rug. And I want to talk about it. And I wasn't doing nothing but hurting myself.
We've had these conversations before.
You know what I'm saying? I wasn't doing nothing but hurting myself. So, if you want to hold on to that shit and ghost me and not have no conversation, then, bro, just stay ghosted. Because I feel like I'm the easiest person you could ever talk to. I try to always create a safe, non-judgmental space. And if you feel like you can't come to me,
yeah,
the friends are up. I don't know. Sounds like.
Do you feel like?
To the day I die.
So with that being said, like, when I guess you have to be put in that space to just let go, because you said it was doing you more harm than good.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm not saying I disagree with you, but I think sometimes people can use that mentality and they let the wrong people go. And it's like, okay, what type of value, because you didn't take the time to try to talk things out. Like the people that you said is ghosting you.
Yeah.
What type of value do you have to do that?
Well, I would say this first and foremost. I'm by the time I just be like, F you, I'm really exhausted on the tries to be like, you good, what happened, what's going on, you all right, do we need to have a conversation? I'm put all that out there. So if you still choose to bypass that, ignore it, not want to talk about it, then
yeah, no answer is an answer.
No answer is most definitely an answer.
There's a lot of,
and a lot of people need to realize that, because I feel like a lot of people go through life looking for this closure in relationships and friendships and stuff like that. But you got to realize sometimes that no response is your closure. You know what I'm saying?
And sometimes that's best for you to get.
Yeah. Oh, heck yeah.
Because you looking for something else, like looking for verbal action, and you just putting yourself back in that cycle. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you just need to, take it for what it is and run away with it, because there's a reason why universe is putting you in this situation to not have that contact, because it's going to harm you more than it is going to help you. And that's something I had to learn, because I not necessarily look for closure, but I always try to look for understanding. My whole thing in life is why. I ask the question why.
But you gotta realize though, what the whole understanding is, you're going looking for that understanding with expectations. So you're looking for that
expectations.
Well, yeah, because when you're looking for understanding,
people think the way they think.
Yeah, but if they're not giving you the answer that you want to hear, or if it doesn't make sense to you,
then
it's gonna be right. Exactly. That's because you're going into it with the mindset of an expectation of something already in your head, a thought, and it might be something totally different. And if it don't make sense to you, then what? What do you? I mean, is that your closure, or are you gonna continue to be like, why?
Well, no.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I don't do it in that sense. Sometimes, if I find myself asking the same question over, and you're not giving me an answer, or you can't answer the question or whatever, then that's where that is. I guess my expectation is the answer.
But I guess because I know what you talking about and who you talking about, then I can't really answer. I can't. Okay. We not doing that right now.
I mean,
we're not doing that one. We're not doing that one.
It's not that, but I'm just saying, sometimes I need to know, because it's the answer, but it's not. I'm past that. I'm past that. Like when I said, I've exhausted all the exhaust I can get. I'm past that, so it's not that. But in situations like that,
I don't think it's a whole lot of situations like that. That's what I'm saying.
We're gonna edit all this.
Oh my God, Drew! No, we're not doing it. No.
That's just a problem waiting to happen.
Yeah, that's a whole problem waiting to happen, bro. Yeah. So that being said, y'all like that new note? That new note, what do you call it on Instagram?
Hated it.
I love that shit. Ain't that a trip? Like, you get two people's perspective of the same height. This nigga hated. I love it.
I'm blocking everybody that posts.
I feel like it's gonna help a lot of people with their content. Like,
what content?
Listen,
stupid shit.
Listen, for people like influencers and business owners and things like that, like when I go to glance up there and see, okay, who got who, anybody that posts, go watch my last reel, I'm clicking it to watch their last fucking reel.
Oh, see, I didn't.
You see what I'm saying?
If I see the bubble, I'm muting.
No, if I see somebody that posted, like mine, it's gonna start. I'm gonna start putting when my drops are coming.
Oh, I did.
So I said,
I see that.
I said next drop February 2023. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I want to see shit like that scrolling across the top of that beach.
Well, listen, if
I mean, of course, you're gonna get some trash in the middle of all of that, but
if you're doing things like that, I will leave it up there because I've been getting some dumbass shit. Like everybody saying why and Instagram, bro.
What kind of people you following?
I mean, it's just random ass people that. And then I think also what I don't like about it is like some people I don't talk to, and it's just like, what the fuck? Like, why? This is probably why I don't talk to you because you posting shit like this.
I will say this.
Like, what?
I will say what I don't like. Okay, it is one thing I don't like. I don't like the fact that somebody can click on that bitch and respond.
Yes.
Because it's fucking up the DMs. So, you know what I'm saying?
So the response go to the DMs?
Yes.
Oh, see, yeah.
Yes, it does.
But what happened to the, you know, the little thing they used to have where you have to
if you don't follow them,
yeah.
It goes.
It still
that shit is my shit over there. It's full as hell.
Well, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it goes over there.
See, no.
Yeah, so I will say that's what I
don't
like
be trying to
about
backdoor into my DMs.
And that's how I feel.
I left you over there.
Like, this is a
right.
You know what I'm saying? Let me just post a note and just go with it. Why does a motherfucker have to respond to it? You know what I'm saying? I don't like that.
I just want to know who in the world requested this. Where was the survey that asked us if we want some shit like this?
Year, just like every business I know, I try to evolve and do better and be better every year in my business. So Instagram just trying to continue to stay with the, you know what I'm saying?
This reminds me. No, it reminds me of iPhones when you can pin people's messages in your text message.
Oh,
it makes me think of that. And it makes me angry because I don't want to see you there. I only put the ones that I actually want.
Yeah.
Like,
but I mean, like you said though, you can mute whoever you want.
Every last hip hop,
but like businesses and stuff like that, yeah, shit, we don't miss some shit. Y'all, you be on that little motherfucking thing. Y'all finna miss all the shit. I'm just letting y'all know now because that's why I'm announcing all my shit is gonna be in that little note bubble thing. So follow me on that.
The little note. I don't think you can follow people on the note.
You better not hide my bubble. Shit. You hide my shit, you fuck.
Better not hide my bubble.
Better not hide my bubble. All right, bro.
Oh, shit. All right, we're going to wrap this shit up. All right, so on every episode, you know, I have something called the secret sauce. So when my guests come on, I let them say the secret sauce.
Okay.
So what do you have for the people? Now, my last guest, Bernadette, she had 2 sauces. So I let her, however many sauces you got. That's what we're rolling with.
What you want me to tell you?
The secret sauce. So basically, it's just like what inspirational piece that you can leave with the people.
2 things. I got 2 sauces. My first sauce. Y'all better start living y'all motherfucking sauce life. Shit. My main sauce. Y'all better start going in the shit with expectations. Let them expectations go. Y'all gonna be setting yourself up if y'all don't. Soft life.
Tell the people how you can reach them.
Hey, you can reach me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Instagram and Twitter is at the Beanie Bar. TikTok is Finding Benson. Follow me. Gang, gang.
For the use, my name is Jomei. You can reach me at Jomeis.togoplates on Instagram and Twitter. That is JOMEIS.togoplates. Share, like, comment on Spotify. You can see this video on Apple. You can leave reviews. Spotify, you can also leave voicemails, and I'm going to start playing them on the episodes. If you like to sponsor, help out with equipment and things like that, the link is below. Yeah, that's it. You know, take that shit to go. Share it with your people. Peace.